Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
It was horrific, horrible. The fire passed by very quickly because of the wind, but it was really bad. The municipality doesn't have many firefighters, 59 members I think, and the work they had was so much that they weren't able to reach everywhere, I think. The government can't help everyone, I would say, but we would appreciate some help. We don't have many sheep. I only have 10 or 11, but we have to feed them. And now they don't have anything to eat, because there's nothing on the mountain.
Three Portuguese firefighters died on Tuesday while battling one of the numerous wildfires sweeping through central and northern parts of the country. It raised the death toll from the recent blazes to 7 since Saturday, according to authorities. Portugal is fighting over 50 active wildfires on its mainland and has mobilized around 5,300 firefighters, as well as calling for European Union help. Here is EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen.
Portugal has triggered the civil protection mechanism. This is basically the solidarity of all of Europe to support as much as possible in kind, at the moment being of crisis, the member state.
Authorities have closed several motorways and suspended train connections on 2 railroad lines in northern Portugal. In Aveiro alone, the blazes have burned through more than 24,000 acres of forest and scrubland in the past 2 days, officials said. The Aveiro fires could engulf a further 49,000 acres, ANEPC Civil Protection Authority Commander André Fernandes said late on Monday. Prime Minister Luis Montenegro told reporters on Monday night that the country is going to have, quote, difficult hours in the coming days and that it needs to be ready for it. Portugal and neighbouring Spain have recorded fewer fires than usual after a rainy start to the year. Both remain vulnerable to the increasingly hot and dry conditions that scientists have blamed on global warming. Temperatures topped 30 degrees Celsius across the country over the weekend, when the fires first broke out and were fanned by strong winds. The meteorology agency IPMA forecasts they would stay above 30 degrees Celsius for the next 2 days amid extremely low humidity. The danger of fires will remain high, very high or maximum in the northern and central regions, it said.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is Noga, September the 20th, 2021, 2024. It's currently 1:44 a.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. My apology, beloved. I had scheduled to record this Esau's Trouble at 11 p.m. on the deck. Unfortunately, my beloved mother was in a train, and the train hit something. We assume it's a car, and it was really bad. It happened all the time with her train. So, of course, you know, down there in Florida, that's what that is. She's all right. She's okay. I had to wait 3 hours before they could release her onto me. Now we just got home, and she is getting her stuff ready, eating a little stuff, take a shower and go to sleep. So I had to do this, and I am going to be a little bit, I'll say, drowsy. However, let's move into this, okay? Now, beloved, what seems to be the issue here? What's going on here? What's going on here? Like, what is it that we are seeing here? What seems to be the problem? What is it that every time when we turn on the TV or our phone or anything that related to social media or whatever, it is always so-called 83 that are in this deep issue, in this deep trouble? What seems to be the problem? Are they doing this? Do you believe that 83 is doing that? They are burning down their own blessing because they want to bring a new world order. And the new world order going to be the elite, the queen, the DuPont, the Rockefellers, I don't know, Elon Musk and all the other scumbags. That's not what that is. Now, do you think those people possess some form of technology they can do this? See, this is the technology. You see what this dude is doing here? This is the technology. Bucket and water. They do not possess the ability to tell the fire to stop or recede or whatever that is. They do not have the technology to take this thing out. They simply do not. Now, what you're seeing here, it is being done by our prayers, our fasting. It is being done because 1619, 2019, the 400 years is over. The 70th shepherd is no more. See, Portugal was one of the 70 shepherd. I don't know, maybe shepherd number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 50th, but they were. Remember, the Moors or the Jews, they were in Portugal since we were ruling Portugal over 600-700 years. And then we got kicked out. A lot of us got murdered. The Inquisition over there, all this stuff. And now you see these fires happening every single year in Portugal, Turkey, Greece, and all over. The question remained to them, why? Well, this is Esau's trouble. We already went through Jacob's trouble. What do you think the Inquisition was about? Chattel slavery, the takeover of our land. The war on drugs, which was probably the most successful war ever fought, was the war on drugs. Flawlessly. It did exactly what it intended to do. To destroy our people. But the problem is you were not expecting the boomerang. See, Springfield, Ohio has too much fentanyl. See, all the white folks over there, they're on drugs, they're straying out, they can't work. They don't want to work. Most 83 right now don't want to work, they can't work. Because they do not have the drive in them to work. That's why you see them complaining all over. So we are going to go to all those tabs. Video just before one, the video might be 2 or 3 hours, so just to let you know that it's gonna be long if you have to go to sleep or anything. Let's look at those people that struggle. Okay, let's look at first the little lady that we had in the big. Now look at the cars. All right, this seems to look like a very expensive luxury car, like a Porsche or whatever. Now look at this. Okay, all right, that means this is, if they show you this, or anyone in the US, they show you that, you would have said this is California. Okay, when we started this thing and we did say, well, this is plague number 2, fire reconfiguration of the cities, and people say, well, it's not happening in the cities, it's happening in the wilderness, in the forest, it's happening in the woods, it's happening in the mountains, there's nowhere in the city. We don't see cars, we don't see anything like that. Well, there you go. There you go. It's happening right there in the cities. Those cars are being burned down. Cities literally mean town, village, or whatever. Wherever those people are, the Holy One is burning them down. Now, again, not all of them had insurance, I'm assuming, and not all insurance will cover this. Some insurance will tell you straight up, we do not cover wildfire. I don't know how things work over there in Portugal, but over here in the US, they'll make you'll go through hell before you get a little money with those people. They'll even accuse you like your car was already like that. Okay, you watching all those ranges of car burn down. This is not only in the US, it's all over, okay? This happened September 19th, which was yesterday, which I originally planned to make the video, of course, again, with the whole train hitting the car, the ley line switch and everything. So all those cars burnt down, and the others in the back, those are the people that had the chance to evacuate it, and then they came back.
It was horrific. Horrible.
Her name is Maria Rodriguez, and she's a resident at Macieira. Okay, those ancient towns been there for hundreds of years. Our brothers and sisters been there. But Maria is telling you the truth. It was horrible.
The fire passed by very quickly because of the wind, but it was really bad. The municipality doesn't have many firefighters, 59 members, I think.
So you got these municipality or this city didn't have that much firefighters, and some of them died. I believe 3 of them died. Okay, again, just to show you those people are incapable of handling crisis. If this was a takeover or an attack on our people, or to burn down one of our villages or one of our town or city, oh baby, they would have done it, just like they did to Black Wall Street and countless other towns and cities and countries. They burned down. We told you 83 do not possess the ability of resolving crisis. They can only cause them. They do not have the ability of healing. They can only make things sick or cause illness and diseases. They cannot save. They can only destroy. So when they face a situation as such, they do not know what to do. You cannot send 59 firefighters to fight any wildfire. It's just inhumane, is impractical, or it is not a pragmatic approach to this specific thing. It's not fair to those people, but they did it.
And the work they had was so much that they weren't able to reach everywhere, I think. The government can't help everyone, I would say, but we would appreciate some help.
Okay, those are their homes. Of course, they do not have people that look like us over there. That's why they don't shove them in the camera and show you like, oh, black people, they're you know, and stuff and things like that, you know, and then try to get energy out of our people. There was an incident that happened over there in North Carolina where a fellow, he was supposed to be a football player, a college, university graduate, and then he died 988 with a rope, and he looked like us. And a lot of people were sending me the news, and I did not want to speak on it because something was off. Anything that you see, they're trying to say, oh, well, they're trying to draw people, say, well, he was snuff and things like that. Like I explained, some of the people, especially a brother that is a truck driver, I told him I was a truck driver, okay? There's a lot of brothers like us, and they are new into this job, and then when they go to this job, they think this thing is a joke, and then they would want to hang out with 83. They would want to, you know, go to the bar, you know, lot lizards, and try to be friends with those people. Although you tell them, the 2/3, of course, they don't listen. Although you tell them, you say, this is not the time for this. We are living in the last days. Protect your neck. Just chill inside of your truck and relax. But a lot of them, they decide to do whatever they want to do. Apparently, there is a video of the fellow. Let me see if we can get it. North Carolina truck driver purchasing rope before hanging himself. Okay. So that's there's a video of him in a Walmart, and they show where he got there to purchase the rope, and then and go hang himself, so to speak. And it could be when you see title like this, Javion Maggie, Chicago area man found dead in North Carolina with rope around his neck. They could have said, they found him, deceased, but they put rope around his neck. Those are things they put there to draw the people, okay? And they are, all of them are doing this, okay? Fox, Chicago, rope around his neck. All right, this is WCN, rope around his neck. All right. Black man found against tree with rope on his neck, and not a lynching, sheriff says. It could be. It could possibly be that he got let. I'm just saying, he got involved with, some 2/3 women. Say, hey, I'm into that kinky stuff. I need a rope for you to tie me. Go buy the rope, and I'll be waiting for you. He could have go ahead and get the rope. And then when he turned around and he think he was gonna get something, and he got ambushed. He could just be asked for a favor. Somebody tell him, man, can you buy me a rope while you are in there, please? Can you do this? Can you do that? And like I told you before, a lot of those dudes, they don't listen. They may seem that they are doing right, and a lot of them, they don't listen, okay? And a lot of them, they are dealing with a lot of stuff too, PTSD, mental issue. There's a lot out there, son. But I want my people to know, when you see title like this, and then you see our people in up and raw, stand back, calm down, do research before you send your energy into this. Why didn't I go overboard with the whole Springfield Haitian thing going on? Because I know they were doing these things so they can suck our magic. All right? So just to put this on rest, okay? I just don't want to play it because I don't want to trigger any PTSD, all right? Well, let us, over here we are focusing on Esau's trouble and the 83's trouble. And of course, Portugal was one of the so-called 70th shepherd. Now, this is the technology. Okay,
3 Portuguese firefighters died on Tuesday while battling one of the numerous wildfires.
This isn't gonna do nothing. This thing is already devastated this place. It ain't gonna do nothing, okay? So we're pretty much done with this. Let's take, I think that one. Let's take this one.
Estuvimos inundados aproximadamente un mes, 5 días.
This is in Mexico. That happened 5 days ago. Mexico Chalco resident anxious after living in black sewage water for over a month. Okay, this happened since August the 18th. That means, beloved, if this thing is happening in this town for over a month in sewage water, that means those people here, they receive a message that you don't belong here. Move out of the way. You don't belong here. That's what it says.
Pues no podemos trabajar. No puedo tener ahorita aquí a mis hijos, me los tuve que llevar. Ahorita ya estoy sacando mis muebles porque ya se me echaron a perder. Pues ahorita ya no teníamos dónde dormir. Ya teníamos noches sin dormir de que veíamos cómo subía y subía el agua y con el miedo de que llegara pues a subir demasiado.
Okay, so this is bad. Again, of course, they are Mexican. They still have the Catholic Church thing going on, the Virgin Mary, of course, our stuff, Swagger Jack and things like that. But what I want to show the nation, because this thing is everywhere. Our part is burning down, our part is flooding out. We will go into the flood over there in North Carolina, okay? It's all over.
El aroma, como lo percibes, es horrible. Es horrible. Entonces imagínate comer aquí, imagínate dormir. No se puede.
Virgin, this is no joke. You are living in this thing for over a month in sewage water because some flooding or whatever happened.
Mi bebé ya tenía más de 7 días que la tenía yo con vómito y diarrea. Y ya la llevé a un médico, ya la...
For 7 days you got your child throwing up, have diarrhea because of the microbes and bacteria and all those germs that are in this thing, man. And it's not receding out. That means the people that are here, there's a clear message that I've been sending unto them, and the message is, get the hell out.
La llevé con otro, ya la llevé con otro, y solamente hasta que la saqué de aquí fue como, pues ya ahorita está un poquito más estable.
Fundamentalmente el agua que está inundando Chalco es agua de lluvia. Tiene que ver con...
Fundamentally, the water that is flooding Chalco is rainwater. So this is a rain that happened a month ago, August the 18th. And it's still not going down. Of course, they're going to say, well, it's climate change, and it refers to long-term shift in temperature and weather patterns. Human activities have been the main driver of climate change, primarily due to burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. Get the
que está inundando Chalco es agua de lluvia. Tiene que ver con el drenaje.
It is related to the drainage that cannot capture all of the water. For a month? For over 30 days.
Que no puede capturar toda el agua, y recordemos que la Ciudad de México tiene un drenaje muy complejo y una de las zonas más bajas en la Ciudad de México es Chalco, porque era el lago. Este año hemos tenido una serie de lluvias.
This year we had a rainfall that hasn't occurred in the last 5 years. Of course, those scientists, they always come and say, well, look, this is once in 1,000 years. Oh, that hasn't happened for the past 10 years and things like that. But as we can see, beloved, this thing is happening every year, and not only every year, it's everywhere.
Que no habían pasado por lo menos en los últimos 5 años. Esta variación ha sido causa del cambio climático y pues entre el drenaje tapado por un lado, lo cual por falta de mantenimiento, y estas lluvias que han sido bastante más torrenciales.
And the water is at waist high for a month. And you're going to sit there and like, oh, well, it's like the drainage, the water don't have anywhere to go and stuff. Nah, that's not what that is. Typhoon in Vietnam. Truck. Oh, crap. There's a truck thing. Typhoon, Vietnam, truck, bridge collapse. There you go. Okay. All right. This happened 10 days ago. Let's take it from Florida. Okay.
Nam yesterday after a typhoon that killed at least 59 people throughout the country. Reports said 10 cars and trucks along with 2 motorbikes fell into the river. 3 people were pulled out of the river and have been taken to the hospital. 13 others are missing. 9 people died when Typhoon Yagi made initial landfall in Vietnam Saturday before weakening into a tropical depression. At least 50 others have died in the consequent floods and landslides.
Oops.
In Deer Park, Texas today, residents were allowed to return to their homes in neighborhoods impacted by the pipeline explosion and fire that has been...
Anyway, so a typhoon is another word for hurricane. That's all it is, okay? There's a typhoon in Vietnam, a typhoon in Cambodia, a typhoon in China. Typhoon in China. It just happened recently, okay? The one in China was really bad. This one was bad, man. Like, that's like 3
Economic
days.
losses from Typhoon Bobinka could hit 10 billion yuan after it slammed into Shanghai on Monday, the biggest storm to hit the city since 1949. For more, let's bring in our China correspondent, Min Lo. So put this into context, Min. How big of a hit would this be to the economy?
So according to our Bloomberg intelligence analysts, they are projecting that this could be the strongest, the costliest storm yet to hit China this year, because even though Bobinka is a weaker storm compared to Typhoon Yagi, which over a week ago landed in the southern...
Okay, $46 billion is no joke, man. losing $46 billion. And the typhoon over there in China, like I said, I stopped talking about China a long time ago. It's been like 3 years. The typhoon that hit China, beloved, it's not like just one typhoon. It's just one after the other, one after the second, one after the fourth, fifth, seventh. It just happened. All of them landed. All of them landed.
In Hainan province, the Bingka was headed straight for Shanghai, which is China's economic center. And Shanghai, by the way, rarely gets a direct hit from a typhoon. And it also hit during the Mid-Autumn Festival, which was supposed to be peak travel season. I mean, anytime you have a lot.
Now, this thing hit during peak travel season. What is the message here? Why are you people are not seeing this? Like, how are you not sitting there and say, wait a minute, something is going on here? And I'm playing this, beloved, for the people that say, Big Levi, China is doing this. China is controlling the weather, and then they are doing this thing in Portugal, and then they are doing this thing in Mexico, they are doing this thing in North Carolina because of the superior weapon and things like that and weather. So you mean to tell me the Chinese are doing this too? They are doing that over there, and China, Shanghai, hitting that's like New York being hit in the middle of New Year or whatever, or Los Angeles, Miami, doing peak spring break. And $46 billion is no joke.
Long weekend like this in Shanghai, if you go to the Bund, it would have been packed shoulder to shoulder with people. But now we know from China's state media that China has already cancelled over 1,600 flights so far. And our Bloomberg intelligence analyst estimates that the total losses could go up to 10 billion yuan. And for context, Typhoon Gemi had cost China 8.6 billion yuan.
That's the typhoon. Alright? Typhoon hit South Korea, flooding. No. South Korea flooding, Kim Jong-un. There you go. This is Kim Jong-un right there, okay? And he was, Kim Jong-un was taking a lot of people down because of the flood, okay?
Now, in the aftermath of the devastating floods that claimed thousands of lives in North Korea, at least 30 government officials have been reportedly sentenced to death by the country's supreme leader, Kim Jong-un. The death sentence comes after authorities in North Korea failed to stop the catastrophic floods in July. And according to media reports from South Korea, about 20 to 30 officials were handed the death sentence from Kim Jong-un late last month. These incessant rains in July left over 4,000 homes, roads and public.
Okay, that was in July 2024. A month ago, right? 2 months ago? And this thing killed thousands of people. We told you see, North Korea have a whole state. Not a whole, many of its state. For instance, I'm just taking an example here for the people in the US. That's like Texas, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Arkansas, all the southern states, the Bible Belt. For years, 0 children haven't been born in those places. Like for years. I'm not talking about 2-3 years, like years. There's no kids. There's no birth, 0 birth. Like there's nobody. And then this thing happened, thousands of them or no more. You did know Italy recently have 90 days there were no children born. And this is not in there, it's pretty much everywhere, all right? Let's just finish with this.
Buildings under a deluge.
Oh, for the people that the people in Canada, like the provinces of Alberta and Quebec, there's no children born there for years. And the one that are, in the UK, that's like the whole island of the UK, there's no birth in it for like years. That's how it is for those people. No birth. That's why Kim Jong-un was crying.
Following this, the North Korean Supreme Leader slammed the officials for their negligent behavior and ordered the authorities to strictly punish them. Furthermore, the Hermit Kingdom has denounced South Korea for blowing up the disaster, calling it a provocation. During his visit to the flood-stricken areas in early August.
Look at those are homes, brethren. Those are homes. And look at those houses. This is the roof of some of them. They are underwater. Look at this.
Kim Jong-un has reportedly turned down offers for relief and aid from China, Russia, and South Korea.
Okay, King, he doesn't fly. Everywhere he's going, you take the train. He got private train, and wherever he is going, they have to build a train track, so he doesn't drive that much. This guy, he doesn't fly. Anywhere he's going, train. So he got personal train, pimped out, crazy thing. But anyway, just to show you this thing is everywhere and nobody's talking about it. People are acting like 83 is living the time of their life. Everything is good with them. They can't wait to bring Jacob's trouble. Remember, those people, they cannot come, their pastors or their reverends or the preachers, they can't come and prove to us what we are saying is wrong. They can't prove Jacob's trouble will happen. They can't prove Jacob's trouble did happen. They can't prove the rapture is not going to happen. And definitely they can't even prove the rapture will happen. They are quiet, they are isolated. Therefore, their government or the officials think, is that thing recording? Is it recording? Yes, it is. All right, so we are 30 minutes into this. Let's take a little break and then we will come back.
The 8K family.
Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual growth but didn't know where to start? What if I told you there's a guide that can lead you through every step? Introducing the 8K Family Handbook. This comprehensive guide is your ultimate companion for spiritual empowerment, offering invaluable insights and practical steps to enhance your spiritual journey. What's inside? Perform spiritual background checks. Learn how to assess spiritual energies and protect yourself from negative influences. Connect with your guardian angel. Discover methods to establish a strong, supportive relationship with your guardian angel for guidance and protection. Develop your magical abilities. Unleash your innate magical potential with step-by-step instructions and exercises tailored for all levels. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned practitioner, the 8K Family Handbook provides the tools and knowledge you need to elevate your spiritual practice. Begin your journey to empowerment and enlightenment today. Available now on Amazon.com.
All right. As some of you are well aware, we have the books on Amazon. The 8K Family Handbook, we publish how to do a spiritual background check, connect with your guardian angel, and develop your magical abilities. Who are you? Yea, you are a Hebrew Israelite, so to speak. Are you a Hebrew? Yes, but are you a Hebrew Israelite? See, there's a lot of people out there that are like us, but are they one of us? Are they one of the 144? Who's your guardian angel? Who's your celestial family? What's your color? What's your day? Today is Noga. Are you a Nogahite? Tomorrow is Shabbatai. Are you a Shabbatite? Are you a Shemeshite, like yours truly? Are you a Levanahite, a Madimite, a Kokavite, a Zedekite? Out of the 7 days, which days is yours? Do you know the name of the demon that you were born with? Doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean you're gonna die. Just mean light and darkness, both of them are encoded in you. What is your flower? What is your plant? What is your crystal? What is your stones? Do you have a personal fluid condenser, a personal perfume, cologne? Do you know it? Can you make it? Do you have a personal spice? Do you have a personal password to activate your guardian angel? Do you know it? Have you ever communicated with your guardian angel? Do you even know how to do those things? Well, if all those answers or all those questions, so to speak, puzzle you, the answers are in the book. Let's keep on moving. Again, beloved, just to show you this thing is all over, okay? There's a lot more stuff I just can't bring. Let me see if I can bring one on the top of my head right now. The last flooding that happened, Cambodia, I believe. Flooding in Cambodia. I believe this one happened. Oh, no, that 10 years ago, 3 years ago. Flooding typhoon, Southeast Asia. Oh, Japan, I should have said 5 days ago. Yeah, Japan. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Myanmar. Typhoon Yagi batters war-torn Myanmar, kills hundreds in Southeast Asia. All right, let's take a little bit of that. Sometime we go international, but
Singh, the Asia Regional Director at CARE International.
There has been a catastrophic impact. If we see Vietnam, over 130,000 home damaged and 58,000 flooded, with severe agricultural losses. More than 300 casualties are missing, and 800 people or more injured, impacted approximately 19 million people. If you look at Philippines, Typhoon Yagi has affected 1.6 million people. The areas impacted by Typhoon Yagi are nearly the same as those previously affected by the Typhoon Gemi in July 24. Thailand floods in northern Thailand's Chiang Rai have claimed 33 lives since mid-August. And while 9 fatalities this week due to Typhoon Yagi, government agencies have issued alert across.
Again, beloved, things like that you have to ask yourself, but why? Why is it those people all catching hell non-stop? Again, we have videos of a long time ago that show you this thing happening every single year. They're getting hit, a lot of people are dying, and little by little their population are dropping. And then they're saying, well, oh, we have a birth issue here, and we don't have any more children because things are expensive, because work is not paying more. Those people are acting like as if we are the one that hired them. We are the one that own their jobs or their businesses. We're holding payment from them. Okay? So this thing is happening all over. Let's take another minute, and then after that, we're good.
48 provinces, including Bangkok, for heavy rains and possible flash floods from September 13th to 18th. Okay. Then we go back to Laos. Flooding in Luang Namtha district has impacted more than 35,000 people. Rice crops are destroyed, and healthcare is at 30% capacity.
Now, the Holy One is destroying their food sources, because this land over there do not belong to those people that they call themselves, where we are the Laotians, the Myanmarians, so to speak, the Filipinos, or the Vietnamese. They are not the original people. Yeah, they came up on the land, but they are not the original people. Don't get us wrong. We got people over there. We got a sister in Cambodia. A brother over there is a writer. He wrote a sci-fi fiction. I gotta get back to the brother because we got work for the brother. He's in the Philippines. We got a lot of our people over there. But just to show you, this thing is everywhere. 30 more seconds. We're good.
Long River is at dangerously high levels, raising serious concerns about imminent floods in Luang Prabang and Vientiane.
The humanitarian effort and the recovery effort is enormous. Just give us a sense of the scale of that.
All right.
Most of the...
We don't want any more word salad. Let's keep on moving. This is a tornado, okay? And Minnesota's, okay? This is 5 hours ago. Probably 6. Let me see how many hours that was. hours ago. 5 hours ago. 5 hours ago. Okay, those are tornadoes going through Minnesota. And the tornadoes are still there. Let me see. Tornadoes ravage. Should I say damage? Okay, well, yes. Tornado damage. Damages. Okay, let's see if we can filter this by the most. There you go. Pony storm damage. I'm not quite sure where that is. An hour ago. Let me see. Let me see where that happened. Okay, that's something that happened in Oklahoma. So the one in Minnesota, there you go. That's better.
Dave, a wild night with multiple reports of tornado touchdowns and funnel clouds in central St. Louis County and down in Carlton County.
Yeah, we begin with the touchdown and damage north of Duluth. Take a look. This video was taken tonight by Brandon Schaffner from a car driving on Highway 53. As you can see there, this is near Cotton. You can see a tornado that reportedly crossed the highway at one point.
And check out this shot of what's likely the same twister from Mark Paulson on Lake Elora. That's one of the many Cotton area bodies of water.
And here's the result. Significant tree damage in a swampy area just east of Highway 53 on Bug Creek Road. We could also see down power lines there, which is why many Cotton and Canyon area homes remain in the dark at this hour. St. Louis County officials tell us there is some damage to sheds and outbuildings nearby, but amazingly, the twister narrowly missed all other structures.
Well, there's, like you can see back there, there's some sheds and Connex boxes that have damage, but it missed their house for the most part. It missed their house over there. It missed houses, so it really kind of just
and this thing happened in Cotton, Minnesota. I mean, what's the irony here? Cotton, Minnesota. And the fellow name is Josh, as in Joshua. Remember, Joshua is the one who took over the land. He was the badass that kicked all the asses. Cotton. What did the Midal brethren do? Planting the cotton.
Through here, and so a lot of people got very fortunate, but ultimately no one got hurt, and that's the most important part.
Yeah, very good news there. Brinkman also praised those living nearby for heeding those warnings and taking shelter. The National Weather Service will have crews out there in the next few days surveying the damage to determine the tornado's exact strength and track.
And not long
again, they keep doing this. They never told you. They don't know exactly if it's a tornado. They have to make assessments. Oh well, it was a F1, F2, F3 tornadoes, stuff like that, because they don't know this. Remember, tornadoes are unpredictable. They just hit. It's not something they can announce and say a tornado will hit in like the next few days, the next few weeks, months, or year, hours, second. They don't know. It just boom, it happened. All right, just to show you those things still happening. We just don't report on them, but they still happening.
Bursting their banks and inundating towns, more rivers across Central Europe have been unable to deal with a deadly deluge of heavy rain from the worst flooding in at least 2 decades. And on Monday, Poland's
Jakub Kaolewicz, or Jacob Kaolewicz, so it's all over.
Government declared a disaster in affected areas and said that it had set aside $260 million to help victims. Prime Minister Donald Tusk said his country and others affected would seek financial aid from the European Union. The southern Polish town of Kłodzko was still inundated with water on Monday.
This is a roof right there, man. Is that what that is? Are those roof? Yes, those are rooftop, man. Okay, look at the bridge.
Areas between the Czech Republic and Poland were hit hard over the weekend. Surging water levels collapsed some bridges, forced evacuations, and left a trail of destruction. And in Nysa, swollen rivers caused a hospital to evacuate its patients, including pregnant women and elderly people in rafts.
The hospital, they can't even receive their healing in peace. And it's only going to get worse as we're moving past 2024. Okay? All right, we'll talk a little bit about this.
Country's education minister said 420 schools had been closed across 4 provinces. Water levels in some parts of Poland were not expected to peak until Wednesday. Thousands have been evacuated in the Czech Republic and in the town of Jeseník.
One of my favorite cars, Peugeot. You know, I think I prefer the 1961 Peugeot. 1961 Peugeot. Yeah. I used to love this car when I was a kid. Is it 61 or 67? I believe the gray one. Let's see, 2024 Peugeot. Do they have EV Peugeot? 2024 Peugeot EV. I don't think they have EV. Peugeot is a French car. I used to love it. When I was going to school, I used to take them. They used to do like taxis and stuff like that when I was growing up. I used to love them. And they are quite durable though. So I'm pretty sure Peugeot EV is better than one of those Tesla Cybertruck. Oh boy. I don't know why the so-called waste management doesn't file some kind of complaint or some kind of contract with those people. Their Cybertruck is actually a garbage truck. People been having issue with those folks, with those, I don't know what that is. The cars or stuff, it's all over. And this is it, man. It's just hype, internet hype, and people go ahead and they buy this thing because it look cool on the internet. But when you actually see them in person, which I saw them all over in Fort-Lauderdale, you know, they like, hey, man, so you guys going to the landfill? You guys going to the dump? Is this trash pickup today? Are we doing bulk pickup trash today? See, the nation, our people, we can do better. We can build something better than this once we get our technologies, of course. You know, gonna build something better like that. Okay. So yeah. All right. Peugeot used to be my favorite cars. You know, when I used to go, going to school, growing up. I believe it's the 1967, not the 62, 61, let me see. 1967 Peugeot. There we go. Which was it, the 67? No, it was the 61. Yeah, it was the 61. It used to be my favorite car. But anyway, I believe that's a Peugeot over there because of the thing. Look at the damage. The back is gone and everything is messed up.
The town of Jeseník, floods stormed through on Sunday, destroying vehicles, roads and homes. Some residents have begun the clean-up after water levels began to drop. This man saw water as high as 2 meters running through the street. He says his house may need to be taken down and the telephone lines are not working.
Again, this is 83 and this is not a good look right there, man. Your house needs to be taken down, phone is not working. What seems to be the issue? Well, your leaders, your pastors and preachers, even your pope is not saying anything about this. Okay, a man like this fellow, of course, clearly the man is either retired or on his way to retire. He's done his dues. So what do you want him to do now if he lost his house? Go back to work? You know, most of those dudes, a few weeks or a few months. Let's give you the benefit of the doubt. A few months later, they usually die 988 because they are not built for that, okay? Crazy.
Water and electricity are also out. Devastating impacts have also been felt in eastern Romania, where villages and towns were submerged. Countries along the Danube River, including Slovakia and Hungary, were also on watch as levels were expected to rise. Budapest has declared 12,000 soldiers are on standby to respond. In Austria, the levels of rivers...
This is those... Oh, I'm going to take this fellow. This is those guys that were supposed to bring Jacob's trouble. And what's going on here? Those are the dudes like, well, the UN will invade the hood. They're going to come and pick up our people and put us in FEMA camp and gas us. No, those dudes are busy right now. So let me see.
Stand by to respond. In Austria, the levels of rivers...
There we go. Let's take this fellow right quick. Okay, this is Palm Beach, which is Florida, close. All right, so...
Former U.S. President Donald Trump is safe after shots were fired at his golf course in West Palm.
Ah, boy. You know what? Let's just let's put a little music there.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump is safe after shots were fired at his golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida, in what the FBI says was another assassination attempt. Officials say Secret Service agents spotted a rifle barrel poking out of the bushes as they were clearing holes on the course ahead of Trump, then fired on the gunman near the property line, only a few hundred yards from where the former president was playing. Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw says a witness managed to take pictures of the suspect fleeing in a black Nissan. Bradshaw said officers found an AK-47 style rifle, 2 backpacks, and a GoPro camera at the scene. He also said a person was in custody. It was not clear if or how the suspect knew Trump was playing golf at the time. CNN, Fox News, and the New York Times identified the suspect as Ryan Wesley Booth, 58, of Hawaii, citing hundreds of law enforcement officials. Reuters found social media posts that matched the man identified by those outlets on LinkedIn, Facebook.
Let's watch this fellow right here. See, this is what happened when you use your hair as a bird nest. This is what happened when you're going to the zoo and get a haircut. Yea, indeed, when you look at this fellow, you're like, this guy, does he have something against fashion? Because what this dude is doing here, this is a crime against fashion. This fellow should be stripped down and then flogged. This is what happened when you use a butter knife to get yourself a haircut. This is the typical backwarded buck-toothed monster Gentiles. They are out of their freaking mind. Of course, this guy, he has a plant. He just one of the sissies. They just pansies or patsies they just put there. This is a crime. What is it? What is it trying to accomplish here? What is that? Is that a new style, or was he born like this? What is this? This dude feel like it seems like this guy, like you know what? I gotta get ready to get a picture. I can let them see my bald spot. Pass me the map. You just grab the map, get a scissor, or I don't know, a knife, cut off some of that map stuff, put it in his head, glue it over there, and say, hey, go ahead. Take a selfie of me, take your best shot. And this is your best shot, sir. This dude said there was some kind of CEO of I don't know, some camp. You sure he's not a CEO of a farmer because his head looks like some kind of chicken coop? His head looked like some kind of chicken, just lay some egg in there, or used to lay egg on this. All right, then we're done roasting this fellow. Let's keep on moving.
He spoke to X. By Sunday night, Reuters was not able to confirm these were the suspects' accounts, and law enforcement agencies declined to comment. However, public access to the
Look at the guy. Look at this. What is that? Okay, you know what? Sometimes I'm sensing those people are doing this thing to get on my nerve. And again, beloved, this is quite symbolic right here, okay? People think, when they set up 83, set up things like that, they try to fool us. But this is very symbolic right here. First, see this flag. Let me enlarge this so that people can see it better. See this flag that this fellow has around his face. I mean, the guy looked dejected. This is the blessing of the Gentiles. He's done. He's malnourished. The side of the head is blue right here, and the flag, which is representation, of course, of the Americans, look behind him, and the flag is kind of like a noose around his neck, which unalive him and stuff like that. Behind him, there's the Star of Michael in the wrong position, which is upside down, which is invitation of demon or demonic. Of course, they put this thing here so that people were like, oh, well, the Illuminati and things like that. But what they failed to understand is that all those flags that are behind him are representation of 83, or representation of the 70 shepherd, I believe this is India. I'm not quite sure what this is. This is Sweden, Spain, Australia. I'm not quite sure. I forgot this one. Bulgaria, is that what that is? And Ukraine, Britain, and a couple other flags here. A lot of them here. Okay, I'm not quite sure what this is. It look like Vietnam, but it's not. Vietnam is red and the stars and things like that. And the size of his head is like blue because back the blue, Democrat and whatever and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, let's finish roasting this fellow.
The three accounts bearing these names suggest he was an avid supporter of Ukraine and its war against Russia. In several of the posts, he appeared to be trying to help recruit soldiers for Ukraine's war effort. Trump sent an email after the incident to supporters seen by Reuters saying that he was safe. The former president was injured in July by an earlier assassination attempt.
Oh boy. Oops. There we go.
Pennsylvania, raising questions about protection of the post. He appeared to be trying to help recruit soldiers for Ukraine's war effort. Trump sent an email after the incident to supporters, seen by Reuters, saying that he was safe. The former president was injured in July by an earlier assassination attempt in Pennsylvania, raising questions about protection for candidates just months ahead of the November 5th election. The first shooting of a U.S. president or major party presidential candidate in more than 4 decades was a glaring security lapse that forced Kimberly Cheadle to resign as Secret Service director under bipartisan congressional pressure.
All right, we're done clowning those people. They have nothing going on. They have nothing better to do. Just, they show a picture of this fellow. This guy, or is it?
After the incident to support.
Who the hell is this dude? Whatever, dog. Let's keep on moving. Okay, this is Slovakia. This is the How long we are into this? Oh, good grief. All right, let's take a little break, man. Man, we're already like 1 hour into this thing. Good Lord.
The 8K family.
Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual growth but didn't know where to start? What if I told you there's a guide that can lead you through every step? Introducing the 8K Family Handbook. This comprehensive guide is your ultimate companion for spiritual empowerment, offering invaluable insights and practical steps to enhance your spiritual journey. What's inside? Perform spiritual background checks. Learn how to assess spiritual energies and protect yourself from negative influences. Connect with your guardian angel. Discover methods to establish a strong, supportive relationship with your guardian angel for guidance and protection. Develop your magical abilities. Unleash your innate magical potential with step-by-step instructions and exercises tailored for all levels. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned practitioner, the 8K Family Handbook provides the tools and knowledge you need to elevate your spiritual practice. Begin your journey to empowerment and enlightenment today. Available now on Amazon.com.
Again, who's your guardian angel? What's your color? What are you? What's your mission? What's your gift? Are you supposed to be a nurse? Or were you supposed to be a lawyer? Are you supposed to be a marine biologist? When were you supposed to be a philanthropist? What house you were born? What house you came from? What is the color of your house? What is your stone? What is it with you? If you don't know the answers to those things, you don't know who your guardian angel is, you don't know who your demon is, you don't know who your family, your celestial or cosmic family is, get the book. It's time for you to study. All right, I think that thing is recording, and let's keep on moving. We're 1 hour. We got at least another 2 hours. Let's keep on moving. All right. Let's keep on moving to the next video.
This morning, a soggy start to the week for folks.
Okay, this is North Carolina, okay? All right, that was 2 days ago.
In the Carolinas, where residents are drying out from the fast-developing rainstorm that wreaked havoc along the coast.
The weather just kept getting worse and worse, and the rain just kept coming. I've never seen it come up this fast, this quickly.
Potential trouble.
Okay. The weather is getting worse and worse. They don't know what happened and how this thing happened. It's just happened, and when it happened, it caught everyone off guard. You see, there is no warning. It's just abruptly start raining, and everyone like, what the hell? When is it going to stop? And it never did. Over here in Florida, it's every day. Today we had a flood. For those people that are doing the lesson with us, I always tell them, hey, we got a storm here. We're probably gonna stop the lesson and stuff and things. It's every freaking day. It's bad, brethren. But people like, well, Big Levi, you have to understand this. The elite is doing this. The elite try to, terraforming the earth so they can take over. You mean like a guy like Elon Musk, Bill Gates to take over what? As if they have not taken over the world yet. They're now about to get in power. Yeah, whatever you say, son. Yeah, whatever.
Tropical Cyclone 8 never fully formed enough for a name, but did plenty of damage nonetheless. Life-threatening flash flooding left the coastal town of Carolina Beach completely submerged after more than 15 inches of rain fell in 12 hours. Forecasters calling it a 1-in-1,000-year event.
Again with this bull. Again with this BS. Well, it's like it's once in 1,000 year, and then after that we'll have another 1,000. It's just so rare. No, that's not what that is. No, sir. This is every day now. This is unpredictable now. This is the new normal. There you go. Okay, this is the new normal, but nonetheless.
They kind of just turned Brunswick County into multiple islands.
Roadways looked like rivers, stranding some drivers.
It didn't look that high. The water did not look that high. You can see the car just completely almost went underwater.
In Brunswick County, some waving down a new ride after flooding out their own.
I know it was raining really hard, but I had no idea it was going to be this bad.
Highway 17 shut down for hours, leaving hundreds of cars stranded, parts of the road under as much as 7 feet of water.
My wife's pregnant. She's due in the next couple weeks. I got 3 kids. I'm about to do some off-roading if I need to.
One road even collapsed and took a car down with it. Now the coastal Carolinas looking to dry off from the storm that proved no name doesn't mean no impact.
Exactly. So what it is, beloved, they usually, well, the little devices, according to Solovar, the little devices that they have, they usually, well, we know what's going to happen. This thing going to hit here, it's going to hit there. And then what they do, remember during Katrina, they had their little devices. They saw where it was going to hit, and the impact was going to be, 100% bad. So what they did, they moved their people out, they prepared everything, and then when this thing hit us, they made that thing into a complete freaking hyena, humiliating our people all over and stuff like that. But now those devices are not working anymore. When they see something, they're like, this no-name stuff, he ain't gonna do nothing, just tropical storm and things like that. But look at the damage. The damage is as bad as a freaking hurricane. But it was a no-name storm. Because they don't see them coming anymore. They cannot stop them. This is the work of our prayers. Okay? This is the work of our fasting. This is the work of our angels. This is the work of our Holy Spirit. The earthly mother is in the midst doing this. This is the work of the Most High God Almighty. It cannot be stopped. Cannot be stopped. And again, like I said, this thing is going to happen again and again and again. I have materials or sufficient videos to make an ESOS trouble every day like I was doing in 2020, 2021, 2022. It's just, oh boy, we passed that. We got much more stuff we can do, okay?
Now, Eastern Carolina is getting pounded by rain as we speak. The storm system is going to continue to move upwards through Virginia. But Hoda, we're getting a break from the rain here in Charlotte as we speak. But as you can see behind me with this bike path, or whatever you can see of the bike path that's left behind me, it's going to take some time for Charlotte and the Carolinas to dry off and return to normal from this. Hoda?
All right, Marissa Parra, thank you. Let's bring in Dylan and find out where.
Whatever, let's keep on moving. Wait a minute. We did have the hurricane that landed in Hurricane Francine that landed in Louisiana. So
the mayor telling me 18.32 inches was the figure he got from the National Weather Service. As you can see, some trucks trying to move through the floodwaters, a fire truck as well. Much of downtown Carolina Beach looks like this tonight, still completely inundated by the rain overnight and into this morning. And if you can believe it, this actually constitutes an improvement from where things stood around noon today. Many homeowners here said when the rain ultimately did let up, they were in disbelief when they went outside. Walk me through your situation here. You guys live other side of this flooded out area?
All the way on the other north side of the island.
Matthias Vera and his wife Jenny were at an appointment in Wilmington when they got word their kids' elementary school was closing due to serious flooding.
This definitely caught us by surprise, I don't think. I mean, there was school this morning.
They've lived in Carolina Beach for 4 years. Ever seen anything like this?
No, this is definitely not this bad.
When they started for home after picking up their kids, they realized there was no way through the floodwaters.
We're not going home today. Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting this at all. This is wild.
Carolina Beach Mayor Lynn Barbie saying the town's fire station received a whopping 18 inches of rain in the storm, leading to dozens of water rescues. The town declaring a state of emergency due to the water level. Video downtown showing the mess those crews had to navigate. Water waist deep in roads and parking lots, deep enough to go kayaking. Some people even able to catch fish.
Waterfalls going over the docks, cars completely inundated with water. It's incredible.
Mark and Debbie Michelle have lived here for 4 years too.
It was raining sideways. It was raining.
Now there's a pattern here. A lot of those people, they live there for 4 years. You want to know what happened 4 years ago? See, a lot of them fled certain other places, such as, well, California and other places. The plague hit really bad in 2020, so they moved to Florida and North Carolina. They lived there for 4 years and they never seen anything. Now I don't know about that. Did I make a wrong move? Oh God, should I go back? No, that when doing the whole fiasco thing going on and still going on. Okay, this thing is not going anywhere. They just don't talk about it because they got too much on their plate. They got much more important things to talk about. Remember back in 2020, they were saying this thing, well, killing African American more because they got diabetes and then high blood pressure and stuff. Come to find out, this thing was ravaging them. It still is. Okay, so those are the people that fled 4 years ago, and now it is
Sideways, and we've never had water on our windows, our balcony. Our slider doors for our balcony is probably 12 feet back under a covered roof, and we've got water cascading into the bedroom.
The couple, now two of the countless residents navigating the floodwaters as town officials wait for the weather to break.
Never seen this much water fall in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
I did just get off the phone with Mayor Lynn Barbie a short while ago. Fortunately, he says there have been no reports of injuries directly related to the storm at this point. Barbie said there have been several people displaced due to the poor weather. The Red Cross is assisting those folks, as are their partners over at New Hanover.
Again, like we said before, beloved, the Red Cross, FEMA, they are busy. See, the camps like, oh, well, the FEMA is going to come over there. The black woman going to get gripped, man. The black woman going to get gripped. And the black man put in that camp and gas us. And then, so, how shall I be true? Why Jesus? Which one are you going to choose? Yeah, all these gobble up mess mumbo jumbos, the FEMA and the Red Cross are busy. They are in California for the wildfire, Arizona, Oregon, and Louisiana. They are there for the hurricane. North Carolina, they are there for the flooding. Minnesota, they are there for the tornadoes. Florida, they are there for the flooding, hurricane, and everything. They are busy. Let's move to the next. You know what? Let's done with this. Again, beloved, the reason why this happened because 16/19/2019, the 400 years is over. Genesis 15, verse 13, and he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. We covered that. At this point right now, if somebody you want to debate this, well, Biglevi for 100 years, we already spent this in Egypt during the time of Moses and stuff like that. No, that's not what that is. The time of Joseph. No, that's not what that is. We're not enslaved over there for 400 years. We were living over there with the Phoenician, the Shemite Egyptian, up until they were overthrown by the Hamites, and the Hamites came in, they assumed the throne of Egypt, and then they did those things unto us out of fear. But nonetheless, when 2020 hit, right after 2019-2020 hit, the entire world was locked down, and still, well, I don't like to use the word lockdown. We like to use the word lock out. Okay, the key, the mechanism for the locket for the key door for the door is changed. You need a new key and you don't have it. The world 83 got locked out of the house. They can't get back in. All right. Now we are in Genesis 15, verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. So that's what you see here. It's a judgment. Let's keep on moving.
Hey there, everybody. Good morning to you and welcome back into Weather Command. Check out your screen, whether you're watching on your...
We did this. Let's move to the next one. Okay, this is in Myanmar, all right? This is bad. This is a clear message to anyone that lives over there. There you go. There you go. You know, great glory. Let's keep on moving.
Now at 3:30, a coverage crisis. Consumer advocates and frustrated homeowners are fired up over the insurance commissioner's plans for expanding wildfire coverage. Homeowners say they have faced massive insurance rate hikes and dropped coverage due to the high fire risk.
Yeah, this comes as
Which makes sense because, well, the wildfires are becoming much more frequent now, and the insurances, they cannot sit there and lie to you, or you cannot sit there and then lie to yourself. Say, well, it happened once every 10 years, and when it does, it's only burned like half of a house, and we're doing great, we're under blessing and stuff. Nah, man, this thing is happening too often, and it's too much, it's too dense, and the intensity is too high. So yeah, of course, they have to charge you, and some of them will literally drop you. Like, what the hell is going on in this picture right here? Massive Adam apple here. What the hell? What a ruler here. This is at least like 15 to 12 inches. Like, what is that? What's going on now? I can't zoom in this one. It's like this jaw right there. Like, more like a linebacker. All right. Well, let's give this a pass. Let's keep on moving. But you know, Starscream or could be a Decepticon, Optimus Prime. But anyway, let's get
major fires continue to burn across our region. KTLA 5's Lauren Lister live now in downtown LA, where the insurance issue took center stage today. Lauren.
Yeah, Glenn and Lou, our state's insurance commissioner was here answering to a state assembly oversight committee on proposed new rules that regulators believe will bring insurers back to California. They want them in place for the start of the new year, but some consumer advocates say they are the wrong move. This Crestline cabin in the San Bernardino Mountains is where Gigi Bannister and her husband had always dreamed of retiring. But one thing they weren't expecting, their homeowner's insurance dropped them in 2019, Gigi says, leaving them with few options and a much bigger bill.
My mortgage is now over $2,000 a month. $1,600 of it is insurance. I don't know how you call that fair, but it sure as hell not the American way.
Well, it is fair. It is fair. I mean, this is a steal right there. California, 2 G's a month, and $1,600 is an insurance. This is fair. This is American. Remember, when you people were redlining our people, you did not talking about fair. When you were making those policies and rules, and then now they are coming back and bite you in the butt, well, this isn't fair. It is fair. It is fair. It's time for you to feel what our people felt and still feeling today. It is fair. That's how it was, it is, and will always will be for you folks for now. Okay?
This Crestline cabin in the San Bernardino Mountains is where Gigi Bannister and her husband had always dreamed of retiring. But one thing they weren't expecting, their homeowner's insurance dropped them in 2019, Gigi says, leaving them with few options and a much bigger bill.
My mortgage is now over $2,000 a month. $1,600 of it is is insurance. I don't know how you call that fair, but it's sure as hell not the American way, and it's not the American dream.
Bruce Breslow says his
okay, for what? Why? Why is it now it's not the American dream? It was when the curses were upon our people. You people were living in those homes and you were just chill, man. And our people were homeless, mistreated, and paying all those high rates, but they take this thing in silence. And they couldn't complain. Anytime they say something, you people were like, well, you guys are lazy, you should be grateful, you should be happy, stop complaining, get a second job, go back to school, and you're famous, pull yourself by the bootstrap. Now suddenly this is not the American dream. This felt more like a nightmare and stuff. Please, you people, madam, have some integrity. You people complain too much. What seems to be the issue here? What seems to be the problem? What, man, it's already 3 a.m. How long we are into this good grief? All right, so like, what is it? What seems to be the issue here? What is it that suddenly now you people don't want nothing to do with this American dream? You know, it's not fair, the insurance are taking stuff. But when it was happening to our people, you folks were applauding. In fact, you so-called 83, especially this white woman and this white man, you were the people that were going to the booth and vote for things that you know for a fact that will affect it and was detrimental to our people. But you did it anyway. You believe your church that told you, hey, you ain't got to pay for none of this. Jesus is king. Jesus is this. The blood of Jesus cover you. If you say, I believe in Jesus, you're a Christian. You're going to get raptured. And before all this thing, the 7-year tribulation, the Antichrist going to come. You're going to go to paradise. And after that, the people that are going to be left behind and stuff, you believe it. Although you do know, or you did know, this thing was a lie, but you did believe it. You choose to believe it. And then now, this thing happened. Now, this is an American dream. A nightmare. I can wake up in this. Madam, pull yourself by the bootstrap. Stop complaining, please. You're embarrassing yourself. Let's keep moving in. One more time.
But one thing they weren't expecting, their homeowner's insurance dropped them in 2019, Gigi says, leaving them with few options and a much bigger bill.
My mortgage is now over $2,000 a month. $1,600 of it is is insurance. I don't know how you call that fair, but it's sure as hell not the American way, and it's not the American dream.
Bruce Breslow says his Chatsworth HOA community of 290 owners was dropped from their insurer after 20 years, having to turn to an unregulated option.
We have 50% of the coverage we had last year. However, the premium went from $349,000 to a whopping $1.7 million. That's a 400% increase.
Experts say factors like wildfires have sent the state's homeowners.
Listen to this.
From $349,000 to a whopping $1.7 million. That's a 400% increase.
How much the increase is, beloved? I think this is a joke. Put it in the chart. Let's play it one more time. Put it in the chart. Put it in the comment board.
to a whopping 1.7 million. That's a 400% increase.
Experts
400% increase. 2019. It's no joke. $300,000 something to over $1 million is no joke. 400% increase. And you people are complaining. And then there come those experts, or experts say it and stuff.
0.7 million. That's a 400% increase.
Experts say factors like wildfires have sent the state's homeowners insurance market into crisis. The state insurance commissioner tasked with bringing stability, saying new regulations in the works will bring relief.
That's a lie. There's one thing I know about 83, they do not like to operate a business on the losing side. Though all their business will fail, but eventually they want to make as much money as they can during their first year. Well, first few years at least.
We understand, we see you, we hear you, we know everybody's hurting, and we need these regulatory reforms to be able to get insurers to come back into the communities and bring down the cost.
But the nonprofit Consumer Watchdog says the new rules fall short.
They have more loopholes than Alpine Lace Swiss cheese.
California regulators say under the new plan, insurance companies will commit to cover high-risk homes in wildfire areas. And in turn, insurers will be allowed to use catastrophe modeling technology to assess risk as they write plans and determine rates. Critics say the climate models are not transparent and the requirements of insurance companies not strong enough.
They can just come up and say, well, based on our technology, you told us that your house was not burned in the fire. You set it up. That was awesome. So I ain't going to pay.
These regulations are not going to get people more coverage, but we're all going to be paying more in insurance premiums, a lot more in insurance premiums.
It's a lie. The Department of Insurance has every authority to hold insurance companies accountable for the agreement that we have reached, which is really a historic agreement.
Also, with the bridge, line, and airport fires burning, the commissioner has announced that once the perimeters are determined for these fires, he'll issue a bulletin saying that homes in those vicinity cannot have their homeowners insurance canceled or not renewed for a year. That's the latest live here.
All right, turning now to the forecast. Cooler weather all across SoCal is helping firefighters battling 3 large wildfires in the region.
Yeah, but the fight is far from over at this point. The bridge fire, that's burning in both Los Angeles and San Bernardino counties. It sits at more than 50,000 acres tonight. It's only 9% contained. It broke out a week ago, and 54 structures have already been destroyed. More than a dozen others have been damaged, and some 12,000 remain threatened. 2 people have also been hurt, but no word on what.
So let's go ahead and do a little quick math here. Burning since September number 8th, the 8th, 54, 9, number 9, you know what to do, contain 54 structures destroyed, 4 plus 5, you know what to do. Excuse me, boy. I don't think I can. Oh boy, I don't think I will be making it for 3 hours though. Oh, I got another 32 minutes to go. All right, let's keep on going.
What caused that fire?
And they needed some good news tonight for residents near the line fire in San Bernardino County. Growth has slowed. The flames torched more than 38,000 acres, and it's now 42% contained. 1 structure has been destroyed and 4 others damaged. 1 person has been arrested in connection with starting the fire. Many of the evacuation orders have been downgraded to evacuation warnings tonight. And progress is being made in containing the airport fire in Orange County. Officials say that blaze, which has burned nearly 24,000 acres, is now 19% contained. The airport fire has destroyed 160 structures and at least 14 people, including 11 firefighters, have been injured.
A lot more stuff are happening, a lot more fire, the airport fires. Oh, victims speak after losing home at the airport. Let's see what was.
Aaron just mentioned the airport fire. Some of the victims of that one speaking out tonight after losing just about everything they had.
KTLA's Jennifer McGraw is live in Lake Elsinore with the latest. Hi, Jen.
Karine and Rick, these fires across Southern California have been absolutely devastating. And here, the airport fire in Lake Elsinore took many by surprise. Families say every time there's been a fire, they've been able to go home, and that's just not the case this time.
The weather changed. It turned into like a fire hurricane, and I can't even imagine being stuck in that, so I'm glad I got out of there.
It's going to be time to go.
Narrowly escaping the flames coming over the ridge into Riverside County, Charlie and his wife, Nikki Hoey, lost just about everything.
And I just didn't have any time. I just ran, so everything inside the safe burned. Everything.
This is their $1 million house, man. And then they lost everything. Everything burned down. They didn't have no warning. The only thing they could do is just get out.
In the house burned. There's literally nothing left.
They had less than an hour to pack and get out.
And then it's not just your stuff. It's your parents' stuff, your grandparents' stuff, your great-grandparents' stuff. So all these multi-generational, I know they're things, but, they're family things.
Dozens of homes destroyed in the airport fire that started in Trabuco Canyon, including his brothers who lived down the street.
Their house went up, and they placed 2 of their vehicles that they couldn't take in a spot they thought they would be safe. And if you saw the pictures, the Jeep was completely melted.
A neighborhood left in total devastation.
Just in shock still. I think I'm not coping yet.
Heartbreaking for so many families now homeless, only to find out it was started by county workers in Orange County.
Right now, I just think, how dare they? They just ruined our lives. Just because of what? To block some off-roaders from going near their property? Really?
So many displaced and with nowhere to go.
And that's exactly what happened when you said, what Black Wall Street ablaze? How dare they ruin your life? That's what you people did.
In Orange County.
Right now, I just think, how dare they? They just ruined our lives. Just because of what? To block some off-roaders from going near their property? Really?
So many displaced and with nowhere to go.
1 week plan is stay in our friend's trailer, and we don't know after like a week from now what we're going to do.
While they're hoping to rebuild in the community they've loved for decades, they fear for some that will never be an option.
Our neighbor across the street, he's been there, I want to say about 45 years. And I go, Ed.
45 years. You know what to do. Boy, the destruction is heavy in the midst, man. It's heavy.
Is this going to make you leave? Are you going to rebuild? And he goes, Charlie, at my age, I don't have time to do this. Time is my most important asset, and I can't take this kind of time. So he said, this is what's going to take me off the hill.
There you go. There you go. The Most High is literally sweeping those people off the land. This is coming straight from them. Beloved, Jews and Gentiles alike, based on what this gentleman just said here, is this Jacob's trouble? Is this giving you an idea of the so-called the beginning or the prelude to Jacob's trouble? Did this man say, well, my friend, which been living there for 45 years, said after that he's so happy that he's going to get this land and spend another 45 years because he's freaking young, because the blessing is on this. Did this man say, well, we're going to rebuild, we're going to do this? No. The fellow said, hey, this thing is the one that's going to take me down. This cannot be Jacob's trouble, and there will be no Jacob's trouble. Be at peace. Let's play this one more time where he said this. Put it right There we go.
Build in the community they've loved for decades. They fear for some that will never be an option.
Our neighbor across the street, he's been there, I want to say about 45 years. And I go, Ed, is this going to make you leave? Are you going to rebuild? And he goes, Charlie, at my age, I don't have time to do this. Time is my most important asset, and I can't take this kind of time. So he said, this is what's going to take me off the hill.
That's it.
So many people devastated by these fires. If you would like to help out, there are several GoFundMe links posted to our website. The fire.
That is it. Let's keep on moving. This is their technology. Again, this is in Portugal. Alright, this is their technology. Alright. There you go. That's it. That's the technology. Looking for water. The house is on fire. She's grieving. Again, just to show you that the technology and the capital rocket started. Okay, keep on moving.
All right, breaking news right now in the effort to make a positive ID now on a body believed to be that of the I-75 sniper. Just a few moments ago, the Laurel County Sheriff's Department said it's not going to happen today.
Yeah, so officials now telling us they believe it is the body of Joseph Couch, but the results from a soft tissue DNA test were inconclusive today. And so now the DNA will be extracted from the bone and results could take 24 to 48 hours. WLWT News 5's Brian Hamrick has been at the scene for us all day and has more.
Well, the car of Joseph Couch was found right in this area. He's believed to be the highway sniper. Investigators believe he made his way out of the vehicle and down one of these trails leading over to an overlook of the highway. It's about 300 yards away or so. That's where he opened fire. After he was done, investigators believe he came back this way, ran past the car and into a wooded area over to the northwest. There is relief here with some reservation.
I'm glad they did find them, thankfully, because we don't have to worry no more. But it's just sad for the family.
It's a relief. I hate it for his family.
Oh! Got him! Here he is!
You found him?
A couple who was making a video for YouTube followed turkey vultures to an area not too far from the shooting scene. They came up on the body the same time as KSP troopers who were following the same birds. Investigators believe the person found is Joseph Couch.
It's been hectic. School's been down and everything else, and bus routes, from what I've heard, out in Livingston, they've just had stuff shut down. And
yeah, to give you an idea just how thick these woods are, you can be standing right next to something and not even see it until it comes out into the open. That's how investigators could have missed that body, even being so close. Brian Hamrick, WLWT News 5.
All right.
Okay, people, they don't say how this dude, take himself out. It's exactly what happened. He was shooting people, and then he took himself out. Crazy. The high 75 shooter. Let's keep on moving.
Going to turn now to some stunning news breaking out of Kentucky. Sam Brock is following this story centered on a courthouse in Kentucky. Sam, a judge fatally shot tonight in the courthouse.
Yeah, Lester, good evening. This is something that is extremely limited in terms of the information that we have right now and very jarring. So let's go through what we know. Kentucky's governor, Andy Beshear, confirming just a little while ago that a district judge in Letcher County, Kentucky, Lester, this is about 2.5 hours southeast of Lexington, was shot and killed in his chambers. Now, the coroner in this case has confirmed his identity as Kevin Mullins, who was appointed back in 2009. He was a prosecutor for a decade prior to that. The question right now is what exactly transpired. We don't know. We are out to Letcher County for more information. We do know, however, Lester, that a Kentucky state trooper has confirmed that one person is in custody. They will not confirm who that is at this hour.
All right, Sam Brock. Sam, thanks.
Well,
Thanks for watching.
The judge is no more. That's what it is. Your judge, your lawyers, or police officers, random people. Ooh.
The UK's new government keeps trying to raise every tax that they can, and the headline might as well read, "The billionaires are fleeing the nasty UK like dogs." Because the Telegraph says actual billionaires and everyday wealthy people are leaving. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you how you can do it too. And I'm going to tell you why you should consider it.
Well, they are leaving because the blessing is over. That's all. They are not leaving because of taxes. Those guys control your taxes. You don't tell the billionaire to pay taxes. They tell you to pay them taxes. They control the government. If they are leaving, that means the blessing is over. That's all.
One man is in custody this morning after a bizarre incident. This was outside of the Cathedral Basilica in the Central West End.
Police say the man destroyed a statue with a piece of construction equipment. Fox News' Chris Renlay is live in the Central West End with what we're learning so far. Chris.
Time, Margie, good morning to both of you. St. Louis City Police releasing details about this incident a little bit earlier this morning. Authorities tell us this man destroyed the Angel of Harmony statue with a boom lift. Take a look at what's left in the area behind us. You can see the aftermath of this entire episode. A spokesperson for the Archdiocese telling us that the 14-foot statue was installed back in 1999. It was a gift from Adelaide Schlafly and represents harmony, peace, and racial justice. You can see the damage done to the statue and the boom lift still here.
So, an angel of harmony, of course, harmony is another word for unity, and this gift that was given there, just taken down, which shows you that there's a disharmony, and anytime there's a disharmony in anything, especially in the human body, there will be sickness. So that's the Holy One gives you a message here that the blessing you lost it, that's all. It's not gonna be good. Some of you are, well, we're gonna flee the UK, and where are you going to go? The Philippines? We're gonna do like David Beckham, buy some land in Haiti, just to sit on it. Go to Plateau Central, aka Area 51. Get out of here.
At this scene, St. Louis City Police tell us officers responded to the Cathedral Basilica here about 8 o'clock last night regarding a man tampering with construction equipment. When they got here, they found a boom lift had been dropped onto the Angel of Harmony statue. They tell us they believe the suspect also fired a shot into an unoccupied car. We're told investigators reviewed surveillance video from nearby and identified the suspect. The detectives then apparently spotted the man as they were searching the Central West End area, and he took off running. Authorities say detectives and officers established a perimeter and continued searching for the man. Police tell us one of their canines, Finn, forced the suspect out of his hiding place. Then a foot chase started between the suspect and District 5 officers. Eventually, that suspect was taken into custody. Police have not yet released the suspect's name, but they do say he was 35 years old. We can provide you some more details of the statue here. It depicts a winged angel standing behind 3 children of different ethnicities playing instruments. The base of the statue is granite. It includes quotes from the New Testament, Martin Luther King Jr., and Pope John Paul II. People are starting to come out here this morning, take this all in about what took place. We were just speaking with a resident off camera who lives in the area here, says she heard what happened. She was hearing this and kind of witnessed what took place too. So I think it's fair to say that a lot of people are certainly going to be moved to some degree by what happened here.
Yep, that's what happened. Very glowy.
Yesterday was an off-the-record movement, off the record, and the president wasn't even really supposed to go there. It was not on his official schedule.
With me is the U.S.
Now at 6, a new explanation from the Secret Service following an apparent second assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump.
Yesterday was an off-the-record movement, off the record, and the president wasn't even really supposed to go there. It was not on his official schedule.
Now at 6, a new explanation from the Secret Service following an apparent second assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump.
Keep walking! Keep that long.
Then the moment deputies arrested the suspect on a Florida highway. This evening, we're learning more about that suspect and seeing the moment he was placed in handcuffs.
And the Secret Service is explaining more about their response and when agents spotted the accused gunman. We have live team coverage for you with Steve Litz and Kim Wynn, who are both live in West Palm Beach.
And let's begin with Kim, who has the latest developments from law enforcement. Kim, what are they saying?
Yeah, well, that news conference just wrapped up about an hour ago. We heard from several representatives of several different law enforcement agencies. We heard from the FBI, the sheriff of Palm Beach County, but we mainly heard from the Secret Service, who says that they have stepped up their protection of the former president. Now, the Secret Service extended their protection of former President Donald Trump Sunday, saying that they are at the highest level of protection for the former president. We heard from Ron Go, who is the acting director of the Secret Service. He says they ramped up protection of Mr. Trump after the July assassination attempt in Pennsylvania. We also learned new information about the suspect, 58-year-old Ryan Brown. Cell phone data shows that the suspect was in the area of the golf course 12 hours before the incident. Officials say it was around 1:30 yesterday afternoon when he allegedly pointed an AK-47 style rifle with a scope in the direction of former President Trump, who is about 400 yards away. Investigators also mentioned that after digging into the suspect's background, they say he had an active online presence. He said that he wanted to recruit Afghan soldiers to fight in Ukraine. The Secret Service says they used their emergency plan yesterday and that it worked perfectly.
There's heavy uniform presence out there. And again, what I go back to is yesterday was an off-the-record movement. Off the record. And the president wasn't even really supposed to go there. It was not on his official schedule. And so we put together a security plan, and that security plan worked.
All right, now the FBI also tells us that they have interviewed several family members and friends of the suspect in both Hawaii and North Carolina. They say that more charges are likely coming. So now we're reporting live in West Palm Beach. Kim Wynn.
That's right, you people are a bunch of clown liars, jesters. You have nothing going on. You have nothing going on.
A 100-foot luxury yacht in Marina del Rey was loaded with live ammunition and fireworks when it exploded in flames in the harbor. And tonight, the cleanup and investigation into what ignited the fire continues.
KTLA's Alina Bovian is live in Marina del Rey with the latest. Alina.
Mike and Sharon, that's right. Exactly what was on board, why it exploded, and who was on board is still under investigation. But for the most part for today, we had sanitation crews out here, environmental crews getting all that diesel fuel out of the water.
Oh, Jesus Christ, here they come.
A frightening sight in Marina del Rey Wednesday night as a 100-foot yacht goes up in flames.
people were on board, so I was like freaking out. So anyway, sorry, I'm still getting emotional. It was really intense.
Cal Doyle says she heard the screams of the people on the boat trying to escape. A man and his kids, according to residents and witnesses.
The owner and his 2 kids. 2 of the kids, he and one of the kids came out, and the other kid, they had to break a port window and take him out of there. The kids are, like 16, 13, but they are all fine.
The 911 call came in at 8:30 last night in Basin A in Marina del Rey. The yacht named the Admiral. LA County Fire responding, dousing the flames, but the yacht eventually sank underwater, spilling roughly 4,000 gallons of diesel fuel. According to the U.S. Coast Guard, the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Responding LA County firefighters say there was 1,000 rounds of unspent ammunition and fireworks on board, but still unconfirmed.
There's reports of fireworks, but there were munitions or ammo on the vessel, and that may have been mistaken for fireworks.
LA County Sheriff arson explosive detectives are now investigating, telling us having ammunition on a boat is not illegal, but fireworks are illegal in unincorporated LA County. Neighbors telling us they have their suspicions. They're just grateful no one was hurt.
Among us voters here, we think that it was either the propane tanks or the batteries.
So yeah, those $1 million millionaires, they are catching hell. Beloved brothers, beloved sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, it's already 3:33 a.m. We leave you with those words of wisdom. For those of you that are new here, that are watching and studying with us, we bid you good day, we bid you good tidings, good study. Let no man come in and tell you what to do and what books you need to read and how to read them. Let no man put any restriction upon your knowledge. The knowledge of the Holy One is unlimited. The knowledge of the Holy Spirit is infinite. Therefore, the knowledge you are acquiring is infinite. At least the knowledge that we here in the 8K is striving to acquire is called the knowledge of all knowledge, the manipulation of energy, the mastery of vibration, magic. Who is your guardian angel? Who is your celestial family? What is your initiate name? Do you even have an initiate name? How do you use an initiate name? Who are your family members, your cosmic celestial family members? What are your 5-6 days of miracles? What is your cologne you're supposed to wear on your day? What even is your day? Which day belongs to you? What is your spice? What is the animal that's supposed to be with you? Supposed to have it either at your home or somewhere. What color is supposed to wear in specific days? What is your color according to your day? Who are you? What's your mission? What's your gift? Are you supposed to be a security guard or a marine biologist or a mariner? If you do not know the answer to those questions, you can buy our book. If you do, great glory. Beloved, we leave you with peace. I am spent. I'm quite tired. Oh boy. See how long we have. It's been a while. I haven't played any beats. I could have played a beat. Do I have a beat here? No, I do not have a beat. I will leave you with peace. I will leave you with love. I say, oh, there's a video that is a link to this redirecting video from Sister Kayla and Brother Eliezer. So make sure you go ahead and check it out. Shalom.